So how do bad guys get into your building? The most common way is tailgating. So what is tailgating? It's this. It's this. And it's this. When you have to use a badge or key to open up a locked door and you let someone else in. Go right ahead, even though they don't have a badge or key. Why is it bad? It sounds nice. We're holding the door open for people. We're being nice.
Yes, humans are nice and they want to be friendly. They want to help their coworkers out, their friends out. They may know them, they may not, they may recognize them.
But here's the problem, says Patrick Miller of Archer International. Crooks know it and use it.
It is the easiest way to get in. People almost always fall for it.
That means a thief, a spy, or your coworker who just got fired can get inside your locked building. Police say these guys in Canada used tailgating to get into an apartment building garage and vandalize and steal motorcycles. But they look kind of suspicious. You might not let them into your office. Some bad guys know that.
Secrets are to look busy, look important.
Companies hire special testers to see if employees will let them in, despite policies saying no tailgating allowed. Patrick's done testing too.
Oh yeah, many times. In fact, I have a 100% success rate so far.
We set up a test to see if people would let Patrick in this locked door. A rainy day, a big box, a phone call. They did. Every time. They're so nice.
You're carrying something and you're on your phone and you're juggling your coffee and you've got the food and you're waiting outside the door and you're talking and you just make up a conversation and make it sound really important. And then eventually someone will either walk through and you just act like, hey, can I follow you in? And almost every time they end up letting you in.
Yeah, but Patrick is not a criminal, you say. Well, this woman is. Reports say Amina Franks dressed nicely, pretended she was an intern, or was lost, or needed to deliver some mail, and made her way into government agencies in Washington, D.C., like the FAA, the EPA, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and the Department of the Treasury, stealing cash from people's desks. One report says she became so confident that she sat in on meetings, ate fruit, and suggested solutions for office issues. Over and over again, people let her in. She wanted cash, according to news reports, but many others want what's on your computer.
They don't have my password, so it's not like they can run in and sit at my desk and do something terrible, right?
I could run in and sit at your desk and do something terrible.
Hackers, attackers, criminals can use devices to get past your passwords too.
Information, though. I mean, my company doesn't do anything too crazy, too serious. What's wrong with them getting a little bit of information?
Data is the new oil. It will be the currency of the future. Like I said, there's lots of money in this. And if data is money and you can get an enormous amount of data, then you just got an enormous amount of money.
Okay, but this isn't my personal stuff. This is the company stuff. So do I really care if someone gets in and takes company stuff?
Do you care if you have your job? Basically, if that is found out to be you, the person that let someone in, that caused any one of these potential issues, there's a very high likelihood that you'd be terminated.
Well, the person looks kind of familiar, kind of not familiar. I'm embarrassed that I don't recognize them.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Was embarrassment the key to this alleged spy case in Raynham, Massachusetts in 2017? Police say this guy, Dong Lu, made his way into Med Robotics, a company with special and valuable designs for medical equipment. Quote, next generation robotics technology. He loaded himself up with info gathering gear, according to police reports, and found a conference room.
We're going to show you more or less how this all went down. So I'll be the CEO, and this at 7:30 on a Friday night is what is supposed to be a secure conference room. Hi, are you here to meet with someone?
Yes, I am here to see Chris Pratt.
The head of the European sales division.
Yes.
Yeah, he is out of the country.
I'm sorry. I'm actually here to see the CEO.
Oh, the CEO.
Yes.
You have a meeting scheduled with the CEO.
Right now, yeah.
I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
Dong Lu, also known as Kevin, said he worked for a Chinese patent law firm. Police arrested him and charged him with theft of trade secrets. Prosecutors eventually dropped the charges when his attorney argued that he actually had a brain injury and was, quote, struggling to accept the fact he was no longer brilliant. Still, he got in.
So people might say, how often does this really happen? I mean, how often does someone really try to sneak in to a company?
Industrial espionage is still a very big thing.
Experts say more than $300 billion a year at last check. In some cases, international spies have dug up seeds in experimental fields in the U.S. to steal company secrets.
Coke wants Pepsi's secret formula, for example. Industrial processes take months and months and months to build with very expensive engineers and very expensive machinery. And if you can circumvent that process, you save lots of money. Other organizations that are your competitors, they want your secrets, they want your information.
The stakes are even higher if you work at a power plant or another critical infrastructure company. If a tailgater gets inside a sensitive area, like a control room or data center, they could break equipment, shut down power, and even hurt or kill someone. Let's say the tailgater is a legit employee. Well, there would be no record that they're inside that sensitive area. So if there's a fire or accident, rescue crews might not know to save them.
Advice for people. Advice for nice people.
Advice for nice people. Smile and say, I'm really sorry, I have to follow policy. And if there's a camera, point to the camera. That works real well. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to get fired, I don't want to lose my job. I gotta follow policy. Point to the camera. Just looking for their badge. Look around them, make sure they have their badge. If they don't have one, say, where is your badge? And if they can produce it, say, okay, then point to the badge reader. Use your badge reader.
The other thing is people get mad.
Yeah, they do. I've had that happen. I've not let a CIO into a data center once, and they got very mad.
Open the door.
Pounding on the glass and acting rather childish for an executive.
Hey, get over here and open the...
But the policy says they need to use their badge or they can't get in. I have no idea if the guy was fired yesterday or if he was stealing anything. I have no idea. And that's not my job to figure that out or worry about it. It's my job to make sure the policy is followed.
Open the door!
Sometimes people try to squeeze in right after you as the door is closing,
Sir?
even getting a little pushy.
If they're trying to come in and they're trying to muscle their way in right behind you, it's still your job to stop them and ask them, I need you to go back and use your badge.
And if they refuse?
Tell them I'm going to have to report you. I know that sounds uncomfortable, and it may seem very uncomfortable for certain personalities, but is it worth losing your job? Is it worth, having to answer a bunch of very difficult questions as to why you let someone in?
In Manchester, England, cars tailgate buses trying to get into bus-only lanes. This was the city's solution: bollards that lower for buses or fire trucks or other authorized vehicles, then rise back up again, with plenty of warning signs to tell drivers to stay back. Cars that try to sneak through hit a hard stop. Luckily, you don't need to be so physical to keep things safe at your work.
It's not that we want people to be mean. We just want them to, challenge the person respectfully, politely, and tell them, it's against policy. I need you to use the badge reader or point to the camera and say, this is being audited, so we have to make sure we follow policy.
Do you remember that CIO pounding on the window?
Oh yeah.
He was upset.
He was very upset, and I told him I'm following company policy.
God dang it!
I have to do this.
And did you get in trouble?
No, because I was following company policy.